The eyes are not just windows to the soul. They are the primary weapon of social dominance. You have likely heard this poetic sentiment before, that you have never been taught the biological reality behind it. Before a single word leaves your mouth, your eyes have already told the world exactly where you stand in the hierarchy. You believe you are hiding your insecurities, but your pupils and your gaze patterns are screaming them. Most men walk through life with the visual habits of prey. They scan the room for threats. They check for exit routes. They dart their eyes away the moment they encounter a challenge. This is not just a bad habit. It is a sub-communication of submission. When you look away first, you signal that the other person's reality is stronger than yours. To change your status, you must fundamentally retrain the way you view the world. We need to discuss the science of Oculesics. This is the study of eye behavior in nonverbal communication. It is a language that predates speech by millions of years. In the animal kingdom, eye contact is a direct challenge. It is a measurement of nervous system strength. When two wolves lock eyes, they are not just looking at each other. They are engaging in a battle of wills. The one who breaks contact first is the one who cannot handle the tension. That wolf lowers its head and exposes its neck. It admits defeat to avoid conflict. You are still running this ancient software. When you lock eyes with a high-status individual or a woman you desire, your brain floods with cortisol. This is the stress hormone. Your instinct screams at you to look away, to lower the tension, and to return to safety. This is what we call the fight or flight gaze reflex. Your biology is trying to protect you from a perceived physical threat. However, in the modern world, there is no physical threat. There is only social pressure. When you succumb to this reflex, you exhibit what is known as the prey scan. This is characterized by rapid, darting eye movements. You look at the person, feel the heat, look down, look at your phone, look at the exit, and then look back. This behavior signals high anxiety and low confidence. It tells the observer that you are not comfortable in your own skin. You are scanning the environment because you feel unsafe. A man who feels unsafe is not a leader. He is a liability. Contrast this with the predator gaze. This term is not about aggression or violence. It is about focus and economy of movement. An apex predator does not scan the bushes frantically. It knows it is the most dangerous thing in the environment. Therefore, its gaze is soft, stable, and unreactive. When a high-value man enters a room, he does not look down. He observes. When he speaks to someone, he locks on. He does not fear the tension of the gaze. He thrives in it. This stability signals a regulated nervous system. It triggers a primal response in others. Men respect it, and women are drawn to it. It communicates that you are grounded and that you cannot be easily moved or intimidated. You must understand the mechanism of validation that occurs through the eyes. When you look away during a silence, you are essentially asking for permission to stop the interaction. You are relieving the pressure for the other person. By holding the gaze, you place the burden of performance on them. This is a concept known as frame control. The person who holds the frame controls the reality. If you can maintain eye contact while remaining perfectly relaxed, you force the other person to react to you. They will start to explain themselves. They will try to fill the silence. They will seek your approval. You have flipped the dynamic simply by refusing to flinch. Let us look at applied insights on how this manifests in daily interactions. The first major error men make is the rapid blink and the downward cast. When you are nervous, your blink rate increases. It is a physiological attempt to break the visual input that is causing you stress. If you combine this with looking down, you are displaying the universal sign of shame. Never look down when breaking eye contact. If you must break the gaze, look to the side. Looking to the side implies you are processing information or getting distracted by something else. Looking down implies you are submitting to the person in front of you. This is a subtle distinction, but it makes the difference between a man who is thinking and a man who is yielding. A powerful technique to maintain intensity without looking like a psychopath is the one-eye method. When you look at both eyes of a person, your own eyes tend to shift back and forth slightly. This micro-movement can be perceived as uncertainty. Instead, pick one eye of the person you are speaking to. It does not matter which one, though many suggest the left eye. Focus your gaze entirely on that single point. This eliminates the darting motion of your own eyes. It creates a piercing, laser-like focus. To the other person, your gaze feels incredibly intense and stable. You appear completely absorbed and unshakable. It anchors you in the conversation and prevents your focus from drifting to the environment. Another critical insight is the power of the soft focus. There is a difference between a hard stare and a strong gaze. A hard stare is aggressive. It involves furrowing the brow, narrowing the eyelids, and projecting anger. This triggers a defensive response. The predator gaze is actually a soft focus. Your face remains relaxed. Your eyelids are not tense. You are simply resting your eyes on the other person. It is the look of someone watching a fire burn. It is calm, yet unyielding. This softness is what makes it magnetic rather than creepy. It invites the other person in, but the unbreaking nature of it keeps them on their toes. It creates a mixture of comfort and intimidation that is highly effective in negotiation and attraction. Now we must address the most difficult part: the silence. Most men use eye contact when they are listening, but they break it when they stop talking. Or, worse, they break it when the conversation stalls. This is the moment of truth. When the conversation hits a lull, do not look away. Keep looking at them comfortably. This spikes the dopamine and norepinephrine levels in their brain. They feel a sudden rush of intensity. In a dating context, this is the spark of tension that creates desire. If you look away, you release that tension and the spark dies. If you hold it, you fan the flame. You are communicating that you do not need words to feel valid. You are comfortable in the void. You can practice these mechanics safely without getting into conflicts. The best training ground is the street. We call this the street walking drill. As you walk down the street or through a shopping mall, you will pass dozens of strangers. Your goal is to make eye contact with them as they approach. Once you lock eyes, do not look away until they do. This is not about scowling at them. Keep your face neutral or even slightly pleasant. Do not stop walking. Just hold the gaze. 90% of people will look away within a second. They are running the prey software. When you do this drill, you will feel a physical resistance in your chest. Your brain will scream at you to avert your eyes. It will tell you that you are being rude or that you will get into a fight. You must override this impulse. When the stranger looks away, you have won a small victory over your own biology. You have proven to your nervous system that you can hold the line. Occasionally, you will meet someone who holds the gaze. Acknowledge this with a subtle nod and keep moving. This is a sign of mutual respect between two individuals who possess high agency. This drill builds the callus on your mind that allows you to handle high-pressure situations later. For interactions that require more warmth, such as a date, you should utilize the triangle gaze. Staring into one eye for 3 hours can become too intense for a casual setting. To maintain dominance without killing the vibe, rotate your focus. Look at their left eye, then their right eye, then down to their mouth and back up to the eyes. This triangular motion mimics the natural scanning pattern of desire. It signals that you are analyzing them, consuming them, and evaluating them. It breaks the monotony of the stare, but keeps the attention fully locked on their face. It prevents you from looking at the waiter, your phone, or the wall. It keeps the energy circulating between the two of you. There is a myth that maintaining strong eye contact is rude or aggressive. This is a lie told by a society that prefers compliance. Aggression is active. It seeks to harm. Presence is passive. It stands its ground. You are not trying to intimidate anyone. You are simply refusing to be intimidated. The man who cannot look another man in the eye is hiding something. He is hiding his intent, his weakness, or his fear. By showing your eyes, you are showing your hand. You are signaling that you have nothing to hide and nothing to fear. This is the ultimate form of honesty. Consider the behavior of high-status figures in history or cinema. They rarely blink. They move their heads slowly. When they turn to look at someone, the eyes lead the movement. They do not react to sudden noises with a frantic scan. They assess calmly. This economy of motion conserves energy. It signals that they are the center of gravity in the room. When you adopt these micro-behaviors, people begin to treat you differently. They may not understand why, but they feel a weight to your presence. They interrupt you less. They seek your validation more. You have hacked their internal hierarchy recognition system. The prey scan is a habit born of modern overstimulation. We are trained by screens to constantly shift our focus. We scroll, we click, we swipe. Our eyes are trained to consume rapid-fire data. This destroys your ability to hold a static gaze. You must deprogram this. When you are speaking to someone, imagine your eyes are physically tethered to theirs. There is a physical cord connecting you. To break that cord requires effort. Do not let the cord snap just because you feel a flutter of anxiety. Let the anxiety burn off. It is just a chemical sensation. It cannot hurt you. You will notice that when you stop looking away, you hear more, you see more. When you are not frantically scanning for social approval, your brain has more bandwidth to process what is actually being said. You can read the micro-expressions of the other person. You can see when they are lying. You can see when they are attracted. You become a true observer of human nature, rather than a participant in a chaotic game of validation. This is the position of the cold mind. You are detached, yet fully engaged. You must also be aware of the shifty behavior that occurs when you are asked a difficult question. This is a classic tell. If someone asks you a probing question and your eyes dart to the upper right or look down to the left, you look deceptive. Even if you are telling the truth, you look like you are fabricating. Train yourself to hold the gaze even when thinking. It is okay to pause. It is okay to be silent while you formulate an answer, but keep the eyes locked. This signals that you are not searching for a lie. You are searching for the precise truth. It builds immense trust and authority. The eyes are the only part of the brain that is visible from the outside. The retina is composed of brain tissue. When you look into someone's eyes, you are quite literally looking at their brain. This is why it feels so intimate and so invasive. You are establishing a neural link. If your link is weak, if it flickers and breaks, you cannot transmit your frame. If your link is strong, you can overwrite their emotional state with yours. If you are calm and they are anxious and you hold the gaze, they will eventually co-regulate with you. They will become calm. You have led them. This is the essence of leadership. Your takeaway today is to become conscious of your visual reflex. Stop looking down. Stop checking the environment for threats that do not exist. When you walk through a door, look straight ahead. When you speak to a woman, look through her eyes, not at them. Imagine you are looking at the back of her skull. This gives your gaze a penetrating quality that is impossible to ignore. You have the choice to be the spectator or the spectacle. The spectator watches from the sidelines, eyes darting, afraid to miss out. The spectacle stands in the center, eyes fixed on the goal, unafraid of being seen. Which one are you? The next time you feel the urge to look away, remember that you are breaking the circuit of your own power. Hold it for 1 second longer than comfortable. That 1 second is where the growth happens. That 1 second is where the predator separates from the prey.